What is it?
What is racism? I can Google it.
Someone once called me a privileged caramel person.
Cameral.
Caramel, not camel.
Ciao, Baltic babes.
This is Gokul,
And this is Brigita.
and today we're talking about
Unintentional racism.
Careful now.
What is it?
How is it?
When is it?
Anyway, are you racist?
What a wonderful question to ask me. I would assume no. I try not to be, but I feel like we do have assumptions based on races sometimes, and
Sometimes they're true.
sometimes they are true. Sometimes you have to ask yourself, are you assuming because of their race or because of something else?
Yeah, true. I mean, a lot of white people, especially in Latvia, in those countries where you're not exposed to any other race than white, you assume because you hear about people from other races and you assume, especially back in the day, I remember in the 90s and 2000s. Yes, I am that old.
You're like 2 years older than me. Calm down.
Yeah, you're also old. Anyway.
Let's not do that. Continue.
Yeah, let's not do that. So in the 90s and 2000s in Latvia, we had this sort of idealization of America.
Okay.
And my dad, he said he was one of the first people that could go to America because not many people could afford it back in the day. But as he's a musician, an international musician, he was going to America in 1998, and that was crazy. Nobody from Latvia was going to America. And he said his biggest shock was that he was saying N-word openly.
I dare you. I double dare you.
Because in Latvian folk songs, we have the N-word actually. Yes.
What does it mean?
It means a black person.
Oh.
But it's not
It's not derogatory?
It's not derogatory, no. It's a normal term.
Would you call a black person now I don't know, Melna Silveki or something?
No.
What would
Not
you
at all.
What would you call that
I wouldn't
person?
say it.
Afrikaans?
No, I would not say that word. But we have a word, and it's quite close to the N word.
No, I'm asking modern day.
Oh, modern day.
Yeah.
Oh, we would say Malna Dainais.
Was that nice?
It's a black-skinned person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Someone once called me a privileged caramel person.
That sounds sweet. It sounds nice, no?
But I was like, what's the privilege though?
I could be privileged milk person. Sorry. Is that racist?
I will let the audience decide because that was loaded.
Yeah, but we have some assumptions. You see, in Latvia especially, you see, I don't know, brown person, you assume that they work in a kebab shop.
Oh, no, she didn't.
Right?
Oh my god, let's not even get into that. Yes, that's a stereotype that I've actively been fighting. Because people just assume you either work at a kebab shop or you deliver food, and that's the only thing people of color do in Latvia. They completely ignore the fact that a lot of really educated, experienced professionals are being recruited to come and live in Latvia to do certain jobs that they can't find people for in Latvia.
Oh,
Really high IT professional jobs. My friend was working in affiliate marketing with a certain part of the world that she is from. So she has that knowledge of that area. So she was recruited to come work here. So there are a lot of people who come here with really high paid jobs.
Yeah, but wouldn't you say the most of the people, brown people that come to Latvia are doing those jobs?
Have you ever asked the question why?
I have not.
And that's the problem.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
And they do these jobs because they can't find anything better. Because like there's a language barrier. There are a lot of jobs that require a lot of experience, and students especially, when they try to find jobs, they're not able to find office jobs or desk jobs or something that's like working in a cafe in the
Yeah.
front desk, because by law you have to speak Latvian in order to work in the front desk.
Yeah, but it's such an interesting thing that a lot of different races come to Latvia for studies or for like having a job. Like it's so interesting that they would choose an Eastern European country. Like, for example, why was it like attracting to you to come here?
The thing is, Latvia is marketed very differently than how it is in our countries.
Really?
Yes, let's say
Oh.
that, because when
Timo versus real life.
because when you are talking about Latvia, especially in India, it's promoted by study abroad consultants mostly, because they send students to come and study here and they get a commission for it from the universities. So what they do is they glorify it. They talk about all the good things, they don't really talk about the bad things. And they tell you that, oh, you go there, you'll get a job, you'll be able to manage all your expenses, it's gonna be
That's what
easy.
they told you?
Do you want to hear what they told me?
Oh.
They told me that this is back in 2017, so just take that into consideration. They told me that 1 month's living expense in Latvia, including rent, food, and everything, is 150 euros.
No way. No way they told you that.
They told me that, and that seemed reasonable.
Even like in 2017,
It was not, obviously, but that was what I was told, and that was what I had in mind when I came to Latvia. And for the first few months, I actually lived off of 150 euros because that's what we budgeted for. And my rent was 110, by the way.
Oh.
And I spent 40 euros on food
Oh, you could spend 40 euros for like, I don't know.
for a month.
For a month for food. It's impossible, even in 2017.
I had cereal and milk for breakfast, and
But didn't you contact somebody who is already living here?
no, I did not.
Well, that's
Back
on
in
you
the
then.
day, but that's the thing, I was 18. It was
Yeah.
back in the day when there was not as many online resources about Latvia available in English. It was also still somewhat the first wave of students coming to Latvia, like a large amount of students. Now there's actually a lot of students. There's big communities. There's content creators in any language you can think of that make content in their own language. So
Yeah.
there's no problem finding content on Latvia. So it's a lot easier.
So it's like back in the day, it was much more harder to get like info.
It was a lot harder
Yeah.
to get info.
Okay.
And now I feel like a lot of people still come to Latvia because it is still a very good affordable option.
Yeah, I mean, compared to other
Yeah.
European countries.
And
it's
the
quite-
quality, I would say, depends on the university and depends on the degree. But it's pretty much what you pay for. You cannot compare it with like a German degree or a Danish degree, obviously, because
true.
even
Yeah.
people from Latvia go and study in Germany and Denmark and everything.
Yeah, but it's different because we have like in European system you can get like for free into different universities.
I am aware. I am aware.
If I had to pay for my education, I would never do it. Like, I would never do it.
But the thing is, in India, paying for education is not something that is like not done. People do it a lot. People pay for education.
So you also don't have like government.
We do have government institutions, but the competition for it
It's
is
insane.
insane. Because
Yeah.
imagine the population and the number of universities and seats.
Of course. No, in certain parts, in certain universities, even in Latvia, it's quite hard to get in.
Like medicine, for example.
Yeah, medicine, and also like creative spaces. My friend just got in acting class, acting, I don't know, acting degree in Culture Academy. And so she had to go through 4 different auditions to get through and to get like the government funded place. So it was like 184 people for 10 government funded seats, yeah.
Oof.
And 4 extra for somebody that wants to pay. But she
Okay.
got in the government
That's
funded.
actually
Like
pretty
it's
impressive.
insane.
That's
From
pretty impressive.
184. But I'm used to very high competition in my field, so I don't care.
Of course. What do you do again?
So white people sometimes, especially when they live in the environment where you're not exposed to any other race, can be unintentional with their racism.
Okay.
Like they're not racist, but they can sound really racist. For example, so my friend is dating a black guy. And so we had like sort of like a meeting, a party where we met him. And the first thing one of my friend asks is, so what kind of music should I put on? Should I put on some jungle music?
Oh, hell no!
Did she actually use the word jungle music?
Yeah. I think it's he by
Okay.
the way. I think he meant like, Afro beats or something.
Yes.
But it's also like that's assuming, right?
African, you would prefer
Yeah.
Afrobeat.
So and we were laughing so hard. We were like, and I was like, that's racist, you do. Like it was so racist. And he said like, oh, I didn't mean it. And the guy was so sweet. He said like, I actually enjoy Afro beats. but like at the moment,
if he said Afro beats, I would totally be like, okay, cut him some slack. But he called it jungle music. Bruh.
So so even like without the intent to sound like, because he's very progressive, he's gay.
That's why he's the GOAT!
He's he's not like racist or anything, but like because you're not like exposed.
Sometimes you don't know the right terminology.
Yeah,
the right
exactly,
words.
Exactly.
Okay, I know the episode's called Unintentional Racism.
But let's talk about intent.
Let's talk about intent for a second here. So when I came to Latvia, the first ever job I had was at an airline ticket company, and I worked as a customer service agent. So we would get a lot of requests for tickets. We would create it in the system, and we would get like really good discounts because of the system and everything, and we would sell it to our clients. It became so hard for me to manage the job because I was studying full-time and working full-time. So towards the end, I decided to quit. And I told my manager I'm quitting. And the first reaction this man had was...
Latvian?
He's Latvian.
Okay.
The first reaction this man had, again, mind you, I've only been in the country for a couple of months. I am 18 years old. I am very young. And he tells me, you'll never find a better job than this. I am sure I'll see you working at a kebab store next time I go out.
Wow.
And I was like, we'll see. And I said that to him. And I'm pretty sure I'm on his FYP right now. So happy about that.
Was he young?
He was probably like late 20s. So now he's probably in his early 30s.
He probably sees you a lot.
He probably sees me a lot.
Oh, that's
Hi,
nice.
if you're watching this.
That's nice. Okay, you explained about like how people are trying to find a job in Latvia and why are they all are working in those spaces. But like once my dad told me actually that like if you see a kebab shop and you go in and there's no brown people there, you go out.
He's out of line, but he's right.
That racist?
That's unintentional racism. I mean, see, if I go to an Indian restaurant, if I don't see Indian people eating there, I will not eat there. I think it's kind of the same vibes, but the problem is kebabs aren't Indian. Like, what we call kebabs in India is shashliks. Really?
What?
Grilled meat is what we call kebabs in India.
Oh.
What you have kebabs here is like shawarmas or wraps.
Yeah,
That's
wraps.
what we call them in India. And kebabs are actually Turkish. They're not even Indian. So this whole stereotype has confused me for the longest time.
Yeah, I mean, because the brown people are working in those kebab shops and delivering food, right?
I mean, yeah, that is because a lot of them are not able to get good jobs. And it is unfortunate, but it is the reality of the situation. It has changed a lot, though.
Has
changed
it?
A lot. Because
I can't remember, like, for the past 2 or 3 weeks, I was ordering in all the time because I didn't have any time to prepare, like, food and stuff.
Because I was working really hard, guys.
And so all of that, like, it was like 7 times. Don't judge me.
Wait,
I
7 times in how many days?
in 2 weeks.
No, that's not okay. Maybe.
That is bad.
Okay, that's bad.
That is bad. And not a single time it was a white person. I'm sorry.
So are you saying that finding
Am I
a
being
white person
racist?
delivering your food is like finding a unicorn?
Yeah. Yeah, it's so rare. I can't remember the last time I saw a white person delivering food. Actually, have you seen those on the streets?
I have actually.
Okay.
I noticed them.
Okay.
Yeah, I noticed them on purpose because I'm actually looking for them. You know, you talk about like women in male-dominated space, and I'm like white person in a brown-dominated field. It is what it is.
He's out of line, but he's right.
What the Okay.
But now we have a lot of these customer care jobs that are like English-speaking jobs that you can work, and a lot of people now work there as well. But now,
But they're in international companies.
yeah, those are
usually, right?
international companies. That's usually why. And the volume of international people coming into Latvia has increased a lot. Like a lot of students are coming now more than before. And only maybe like 10 or 15% of those people get these good jobs. So that still leaves the rest of them doing the jobs that they can find.
Yeah.
I mean, delivering food, you kind of work the hours you decide. So it's one of the most flexible jobs, especially for students.
Yeah, but I wouldn't like to do that.
It is extremely bad on the body. Like it's so excruciating, especially
You're
in
on
winter.
the move.
Like in winter, have you seen people on the bicycles? Like in winter,
crazy.
Like, how? It's insane.
I feel sorry for them, especially also those 7 times I was ordering food. I felt so bad because I live on the 6th floor.
And no elevator?
No elevator.
Did you tip them? We have confirmed, guys, Brigita
Is racist.
or she is racist. She does not tip her delivery drivers, even though they're all brown. Maybe because they're all brown.
I'm sorry. I want to talk about dating, by the way.
Okay.
So, how many Indian people have you dated?
I think dated one.
Okay.
To
Do
be
you
fair,
have preference?
I mean, to be fair, I wasn't in India since I was 18, so.
Okay.
And
Fair.
here in Latvia, queer Indians are really hard to come by.
There's
not
only
a
one.
I mean, I don't know anybody who is out and proud. Like the Indian culture and being gay in India is still, it's legal and everything, but it's still such a polarizing topic that a lot of people don't come out.
Oh.
So they're closeted, and I don't mess with that. I don't with that.
Okay, so you exclusively date white people.
I don't exclusively date white people. I talk to, I mean, this is Latvia. There is mostly white people. So it's kind of hard to date other races when there's not a lot of diversity.
But you have
here.
traveled, right?
I have. Like when I travel, that's the thing. The most attention I get is when I'm in India. The most attention I get is when I'm in India. My apps are blowing up. Everybody wants to meet me. Everybody wants to me. And I'm like, it's a good ego boost to remind myself I am, good.
But it's also because you're out there, right? You're open, and not everybody is open there, right?
Exactly.
And you're living in Europe, you're progressive, you're open.
And yet single. Let's not go there.
Let's not go there. Because
Have you ever dated a non-white person?
I have slept with.
Nice.
This is like one of those girls who was like, oh, I'm not racist. I slept with a black guy once.
No, actually, I don't have a preference. Like when I was single, I was dating literally anyone. Like
Literally anyone.
literally anyone. who because I was desperate. Because I was desperate. Yeah, I could say that. No, I was dating a Korean guy for like a month. I was dating a black guy. I was dating a Latvian guy. I was dating a Latvian girl. Like,
Wait, what?
Yeah, I was just experimenting.
Okay.
I wanted to be bi, or like best case scenario lesbian, so badly Turns out it's not a choice.
Thank you. Thank you for reaffirming
It's not
that.
a choice, but I really want it to be.
I mean, if you had a chance, why wouldn't you date a girl?
No, I was just experimenting,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I thought like, I don't know, girls are, I guess, hot. And so I dated them, but I never, I dated 3 girls actually.
Okay, you've really tried it out. Okay.
I really wanted to be lesbian.
Mm.
But like turns out I can't even be bi.
It's okay, Brigita.
Unfortunately,
It's
like
okay.
I'm so sorry I'm attracted to straight guys. Like I'm so sorry.
What I got reminded of. So I don't know if this is true at all, but a friend of mine said there's some company that is advertising Latvia as like having loose women, and women are like very
Not
horny and they
calling
wanna
me out when I was desperate.
and women wanna sleep with you and they are desperate to have sex with you. So
No,
if
that's
you should
not
travel
true.
to Latvia for like sex tourism, which was a big thing back in the day.
Back in the day was huge, yeah. I think it's still going on. A lot of men are going to Latvia for sex tourism, but like I don't think Latvian women are loose. It's like
Oh, I really don't. Like, I've lived here long enough. I have plenty of friends, and I really don't think that's the case.
Latvian girls are
It's just
pretty
false advertising.
independent, right? And our culture, even like the female goddess, we have, and the women are ruling the whole family and everything. So it's not like we're loose, but like back in the day it was, especially like when we separated from USSR. A lot of Westerners came to Latvia, and that goes back to what I was saying about like idealizing America. So we were like, oh, Americans, oh, they have different races also. Ooh, that's interesting.
So the American accent.
So it was
turned
like,
you on, basically.
yeah, not like that, but no, not like that. It was just like this Western ideal that we had, like because we were so opposite of the USSR and so opposite of the Russian families, because in USSR times it was like super important for you to have a family. So yeah, it was like a lot of Westerners came here because we were like idealizing them. So I guess
that where it kind of
I
came
think
from?
I think it's where it came from actually, because we're like, oh, we can marry somebody from America and then move. I even know like some kids that who had like Latvian parent who were married into America, and they don't even like speak the language
Okay.
because it was like so, oh, Eastern Europe, it's like, and it also had like, we have harder time being successful and being progressive. We're still quite conservative, right? So
as a country, yes, but I feel like we are slowly making those steps. It's very nice to see that happening.
oh, you said it like as you were like part of Latvian society.
I
It's
have
like,
lived here
we
for the better part of a decade. It's
we
almost
have
8 years.
So do you feel Latvian?
I think culturally speaking, I am definitely like a part Latvian
Okay.
because I identify with a lot of things.
Crazy nationalists would like disagree. They would be like,
but that's why I said culturally. I feel
Yeah.
very Latvian. I'd never be like Latvian. That's obviously not a thing. But
would you like to be?
And what do you mean, like citizenship?
Yeah.
That's a really hard thing to do because India doesn't allow dual citizenship, so I can't have 2 passports.
Ooh.
So I'd have to give up my Indian passport, which means I can't own property in India. Ideally, I guess not, because I'm an only son, so I would eventually have to inherit like the land and whatever. So
Got it.
just wouldn't make sense.
Tell me about your like worst experience with unintentional racism. Have you experienced that?
I have actually, and this was quite recent.
Ooh.
So
Was it me?
No.
Okay.
I was invited to a very lovely event with a lot of high profile guests, mostly CEOs and company owners. And we were having a really nice discussion, a nice chat. And I was, at the time, I was unemployed. I was just making content and studying.
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling the CEO of a very well-known company in Latvia that I was finding it very difficult to, find jobs here, even though I've worked in a Latvian company in a good position for 4 years. And he was like, he started listing companies that work with the Indian market and told me that I should be applying there. And that definitely felt like unintentional racism to me, because he
Why?
had the best intention. But why do you think I would work with the Indian market? Like, you didn't even ask me what I did in my previous job. I might not have worked with the Indian market. I worked with Latvians. I worked with like Africans, and I worked with very different markets.
Yeah, he
And
wanted to be helpful.
but that's what I mean. It's
Yeah.
unintentional. Like, you don't realize that you're profiling a person based on where he's from. That's one.
You're assuming.
You're
that,
assuming.
Yeah.
Like, the limits of what a person can do is based on the limits you put on them. And you just assumed. And I know it came from the best place. He wanted to help, but he didn't realize what he was saying.
Yeah, got it. I could say you could have an analogy for me. Like when I was living in Italy, they couldn't tell difference between Latvia and Lithuania. And at first I was like really offended. I was like, it's a completely different country, right? I was like, we're not Lithuanians. And they would make, even like I would know somebody like for months or two, and they would be like, oh, she's from Lithuania. And I'm like,
No, I'm from Latvia.
even like they would make that, mistake. And then after a while, I realized that, these people aren't like, it's not like they're trying to be malicious. It's just that they have an association with Eastern European, especially Baltic like countries. And Lithuania, Latvia kind of sound similar also. And we have a lot of similarities with Lithuanians. So it was like, it kind of makes sense that people would assume and would like say that you're Lithuanian. Even like they would say the same thing about Lithuanians with Latvians. Like they would call my friend from Lithuania Latvian because they couldn't tell like any difference. But it's not like they were trying to be malicious. It's just that like assuming it's the same country. I've heard the same about like Slovenians and Slovakians, even though they're completely different countries.
That's because the name sounds similar, right?
Yeah, because of that. And also like Balkan region, and they're like, oh, who cares? It's Moldova, it's Czechia, it's Slovenia. Who cares? It's Moldovan.
We are same, but different, but still same.
Not like Moldovan, but it's like Balkan country. Even though they have like huge like differences in between them, but like people are assuming something, but it's not because they're malicious. I guess your
But
friend.
that's
Yeah.
why I said it's unintentional.
Yeah.
And sometimes.
But is it like racism then? It's just.
I think it was racial profiling, right? Because in your case, it's not.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
in my case, it was. Because, okay, he's brown, he's from India, so he must work with Indian clients.
Yeah, true.
That's what
true.
struck to me. So I feel like this is unintentional / intentional racism. But one thing I noticed is when I traveled, especially with my Latvian friends to India, is that when you go to museums and public like museums and stuff, Indians had one price and foreigners had another price. They were charged higher. For example, Indians, I think the zoo was like 100 rupees or something, which is like.
But if you're brown and you come from UK, you also get charged more?
But it depends if you speak the language. Because if you start not being able to speak the language, they'll be like, where are you from?
Really?
Probably. It
But
depends.
you have like million different languages.
True. It's a question. I know that white people get charged more because obviously you're foreigners.
Yeah.
And like when I paid €1, they paid 5.
5?
Yeah.
5 times more.
Yeah.
I thought it would be like 2 times more max. Okay.
It was a little
Jesus.
more expensive for them.
So it's like racist against white people?
I mean, see,
International.
I'm not justifying it, I'm not just, it is international. Black
Yeah.
people would probably pay the same as well.
Yeah.
But I'm not justifying it. UK did kind of really screw with us. They still have our diamonds. So we have to make some money back.
Yeah, true. True. I mean, it is kind of hypocritical though.
It is,
Like,
'cause
if
we
you
keep asking.
Yeah, you keep asking for equality, and you're like, we need to have equal rights. But then you're like, yeah, but we charge international people more. Like, choose if you want to be equal or not,
Yeah,
right?
so I really don't agree with that practice because
You don't fight fire with fire.
exactly,
Right?
you can't ask to be treated the same as everybody else when you're abroad and then do the opposite when you're home, like in India. So it really doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
And that's why, I mean, there's also like people get ripped off a little bit. Like white
Mm-hmm.
people, they might ask them a little more for, like, I don't know, transport or the taxi
Yeah.
drivers. And if you go to markets as well.
But it's also like tourist charge, no?
Tourist charge, yes. So that's technically not racist. I think that same applies for almost any country you go to. If you go to the market, they will charge you slightly higher.
Yeah.
I do remember getting green chilies from the central market, and that lady charged me a lot higher than it was supposed to be. I talked to a friend, and she told me that that was a little too high for the chilies. And this was back again, like when I came. So I knew no Latvian, I knew nothing, and she charged me too much, and then I only started buying chilies from Remy.
So how much do you encounter racism day to day now?
Day now, I can't tell you anymore. I always say that I am not an unbiased person to talk about this because people recognize me.
Now you're
Because-
famous.
Well, when people recognize me, they treat me nicer.
True.
So they always like smile, or that's so un-Latvian, right?
But
You
would-
don't smile.
But would you say that you also get like treated better when you speak Latvian?
Oh, I absolutely do. I absolutely do. I try my best to speak Latvian at the till, when I get meat, when I go into any store, and I have to practice my Latvian as well.
Yeah, because I think that's also like a part of the reason why Roberto got famous back in the day, because nobody was like, especially a foreigner, talking in Latvian was insane. So every time that I hear some person from another country, doesn't have to be like India, it could also be like Lithuania, and when they talk in Latvian, and I was like, oh, you gain respect, right, in that way. So I guess like people treat you better when you speak the language. Also, like in France, have you been to France or Italy?
I have been to Paris, yes.
Oh my god, haven't you like experienced the French oh, you don't speak French.
It's just a universal experience because I keep hearing about this, but when I went to Paris, I didn't encounter it at all.
Really?
Yeah, they were very nice to me.
No, we were actually standing in the line of the restaurant waiting for us to be seated, right?
I mean,
Because
if you go to high-end places, probably. I went to
yeah, but like
small
me and my
cafes.
friends were talking, but one of my friends, she actually speaks the French language. So we're just talking because we're Latvians, we're talking Latvian. And she overheard the waiter, and he said like, oh, we're gonna put them at the end of the line because they don't speak French, because they're not French. And so she was like, excusez-moi, because she speaks French. And we were like immediately seated at our seats.
Did the waiter get like some sort of reprimands or something?
No, but we got like extra dessert at the end. So I was like really happy.
Okay.
But like it's like a well-known thing when you go to France or even Italy, but Italy not that bad. But like in France, it's like you get treated like shit. Yeah. Anyway.
Okay. Damn. This has nothing to do with anything, but India is a very colorist country. Like, if you are fairer, you get treated better, and if you have darker skin, you get treated worse. And this is something that's been left with us since the colonial times, because the British really did like brainwash us into thinking that being fairer is
But
better.
it's also like that in China and in Japan and Korea, right?
Were they ever occupied by white people?
I don't know. I have no idea, but they're having like this idea that fairer their skin are, the better it is, you know.
See, I feel like at one point it's also like people get treated better because they're paler, and it's the same with the film industries as well. Like they treat actresses who are like really fair and pretty better, and they get booked more. And when they have a darker skin role, these actresses are usually put in
But it's not like pretty privilege. It's just that they
fair
have
skin privilege.
Okay.
Yeah. And they get put in darker skin tone foundation and stuff in order to play darker characters.
But that's
instead of hiring actual dark skinned actors. And it's like a whole thing.
it's like
These-
doing blackface actually.
It's
right?
kind of, but it's the same community, so just it's not really blackface.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But because obviously we have a varying shades of skin ranges. Like there are people with really light skin to like really dark skin, and apparently we also have a group of Africans who migrated to India. So we have like a mixed Indian African race as well. It's not well known about, and it's not well represented in media either. But this is something I found out recently as well. So we
So-
have all sorts of skin shades in India.
Okay. So you get treated better if you're fairer, like you have fairer skin.
Yeah. And actually, my mom and I, when we went to a wedding, she was actually looking at the bride and being like, she's a little too dark skinned for him. And I was like, I thought that's an acceptable thing to say because I didn't have the
Jesus.
exposure.
She's
to-
too dark for oh my god.
She's too dark for him. And I'm like, oh my god. And I thought that was okay. And the same with body image as well, but that has nothing to do with the topic. But same, like commenting on somebody's body is seen completely fine.
Oh, it's completely fine in Latvia as well.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, we say that all the time, like, oh, she's too fat for whatever. Yeah, my mom would say it openly and would be fine with it.
Yeah, my mom would too. And I would
It's
yell
like
at
mom
her.
thing.
Moms.
No, I was about to tell you about like that I went to this workshop and we had like all sorts of people from all around the world, right?
Okay.
And
What
we-
workshop?
For opera singing.
Okay.
Yeah, right? And so they had a girl from China
Okay.
and she was like covered in clothes
Okay.
and you could see that her foundation was too light for her. And it seemed like she wanted to present more
Fairer.
yeah, than she is. And it was so funny because next to her, I was just like watching them. Next to her were this Irish girl who has like ginger roots, and you can
Okay.
see like she's trying to, color her skin, bleach her skin.
Skin?
Not skin, but trying to color her hair. But her roots have, grown out.
Uh-huh.
She tries to be blonde.
Okay.
And also she had the worst self-tan possible. So it was like, this girl is trying to be
Paler.
tan, and this girl is trying to be pale. It was just like, we have made those beauty standards. Like,
Yeah. We want to be something we're not.
yeah, true.
Yeah.
We want something that we don't have. It's the same, like I have curly hair and I want to have straight hair, right? And somebody with straight
And
hair.
I don't have hair, so I want to have hair.
You have hair. What?
Thank you.
What
I
are
do a
you
very good job
talking
of
about?
making it look like that, but I am balding. So, by the way, any hair replacement companies, if you want to collab, let me know. Talking about, colorism in India, there was this ad, which I thought was a real ad, by the way, but when I did research for this video, I found out that it was actually a spoof. In the ad, there's this one really darker skinned lady who is walking, and her friend is like, oh my god, what happened? You look so dark. And she gave her a skin cream, and after she applies it, we see her get blonde hair, blue eyes, and looking like a full-blown white person. I think that was a white person in brown face in the ad. I think it was, because when she looks that pretty and then she walks down the airport and the guy at the counter is like, oh my god, foreign passports is that side, and she's like, oh stop it, I'm Indian, and he's like, wow. And that was an ad.
Yeah, but there are like, have you heard about like those people, white people that want to be like different races? There was this German.
Don't they call themselves transracial or something? Like there's this one white guy who wanted to be Korean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like, what was his name? But he's like a celebrity. And
Yeah, but now he's Christian.
oh,
So
makes
he
sense.
he wanted to be Korean, then he was like, I'm gay, then he was like, I'm Christian now, I have left all that behind me, I'm a normal person. Ollie Oliver or Ollie something.
Yes, I was about yeah. And there was this German lady
Okay.
that like presents as a black woman.
But she's white.
No, yeah, she is white, yeah. But she's been like putting melanin in her skin, like with shots, and she actually turned even tanner and stuff. But like she had like her hair done and everything, and she presented herself, and she said like, yes, I'm African. I feel like African.
I feel like African.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh my god.
so before this gets depressing, can we wrap this up, please?
So this one time, when I was on the street, this one Latvian lady stopped me and she said, "Go back, you stupid immigrant." In perfect English, by the way. In perfect English. And I'm like,
You could have replied in Latvian.
but this was back when I wasn't learning Latvian. So
Okay.
this is earlier days.
That would be like-
And yeah, I should have been like, "Casa tava problema." I would have asked that if I knew back then. But then, to be fair, I was standing in front of a kebab shop.
Okay.
That's almost like
My dad would be like, we need to get in.
This other time, like when I was walking on the street, I saw this like old lady. She had 2 bags in her hand, like each hand, and she had like a full beehive hair. Like she looks pretty good, okay? And when I was approaching her, she starts shaking. I'm like,
Lady, you fine?
I was trying to
Good?
just cross her like on the street. We were just walking on the pavement, and she just starts shaking. She drops her bags, and she just screams at me.
Maybe she was mentally unstable.
I think so, because I saw that lady again and she did the same thing. She screamed at me and I just looked around at
Maybe
people
she has like
what is going
PTSD,
on?
You don't know.
Maybe
some
I
Indian
look like
guy
a
has done something to her, and now she has PTSD. So
I was gonna say maybe I look like an Indian version of her dead husband or something. But I love that you went in that direction. Unintentional racism. Not really.
not really. It's PTSD. So if you have any other stories about like you being unintentionally or intentionally racist, or
To
you,
other people?
to
or-
other people, or experiencing it.
Actually, my main question is if you are Latvian and you've been watching this, if you can think of any times when something you've said might have been unintentionally racist, we want to hear about it. Let us know, because
Yeah.
that would be a fun read.
Comment below and see you guys next time.
See you guys next time.
Ciao.